What is a successful retirement? How does it feel to be successful in our retirement? I can remember way back in the 1980s listening to an audio tape by Earl Nightingale. And Earl Nightingale gave his definition of success. He said, success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile ideal. Success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile ideal. When we go into retirement, we might think, what am I going to do? What's going to be my ideal now? The immediate things which spring to mind are, will I have a long, happy retirement? Will I remain healthy until the end? Will I maintain my vigour, my enthusiasm, my zest for life right up until the end? Will we? That's the point. Success. As I've said in all of these videos so far, I have been retired now for 28 years. Took voluntary redundancy at 59 and I'm now 87. When I look back over my life, I think, am I successful? And what is success? Well, on the one side of it, you could look at balance. Balance. Life with family and friends, life at work, life goals. Have I advanced in my life? These are the things that you might be looking at your life when you retire. Have you retained and kept friends over the years? Have you been married for a long time and has it been successful? My wife and I have been married for 63 years. I know that's a bit of a record. A lot of people don't make it. They often get on to marriage number 2 or 3, but that's the way it goes. We all look at life differently. My way of looking at my marital side of life, I've been successful. I'm a grandfather, a great-grandfather. So that's one side of it. That's one side of the balance. The other side is, what have I achieved in life? You might be thinking the same thing. What have you actually done? Apart from work, bringing in the income. If you've provided well, you've provided for your family, you've raised the kids, they've all worked out pretty well, well adjusted, then you've done well. However, if the kids haven't turned out so well, is that really your fault? Once they reach adulthood or even 13 or 14 years of age, they develop their own responsibility for their own lives. You've done the best you can until they're of age. And after that, let it go. If they've turned out okay, well, good. Not so okay, that's okay too. You've still done pretty well. You've still done pretty well. What have you actually achieved? What have you contributed to the common weal? Have you helped or have you hindered? Have you added more to or taken more away from? Only you can answer that. If you feel that you've added more to the good side of things, then to my way of thinking, you have succeeded. And if you've succeeded so far in your life, the chances are, if you keep on doing things like this, you will continue to succeed. Because success really is, when you think about it, your personal interpretation of how your life progresses. Your view on it, your attitude towards your own life. If your attitude to your own life is generally, I'm happy most of the time, then surely that's a success. If you're miserable most of the time, well, whose fault is that? Don't blame it on people outside of you. Don't blame it on the world at large. We can spend our whole life trying to change the world. It won't happen. We can change ourselves. I was reading a story quite recently about a young princess who pricked her bare foot on a thorn. So she goes to her father, who's the ruler of the whole area, and she says, "Father, I want you to carpet the whole kingdom." And the father thinks to himself, "Well, I can't do that. Can't be done." So he calls for a wise man. And the wise man said, "That's easy. Give her a pair of slippers. Give her a pair of nice thick slippers, and she won't get her thorns in her feet anymore." Point is, why try to change the world when you can change yourself? If you change yourself for the better, then you're succeeding. What's this got to do with retirement? I know I'm going on a bit here. The point is, though, you might be retired for 20, 30 years. You've got a lot of life ahead of you yet. Look at the successes you've made so far and determine to keep on making the successes that appeal to you. Your own interpretation, your own definition of success, whatever that might be. You know what it is. You know. No one else can really tell you. They can only perhaps point the way. Attitude of gratitude, looking at life positively, and retaining good health, plenty of zest, and a passion for doing something that you know that you can do well. If you can do those things, I think you'll be able to say, my retirement has been and continues to be successful.